check your energy. Oh, yeah. Cause you your own worst enemy. Yes, you are.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother.
How you doing, man? Welcome to another exciting interview here with Casual Conversations. I have a very special guest I would like to introduce to you all. Some of you may know him as the person that's actually behind the future biggest t-shirt business in the city of Shreveport and also at large. Check Your Energy, and his name is going to be Damien Pipkins. Go ahead and Damien, introduce yourself to the rest of the world.
I'm Damien Pipkins, aka NFL Hope. Yeah, straight out of Shreveport, Louisiana, man. Born and raised out of Shreveport, Louisiana.
Absolutely, Shreveport, Louisiana. Tell us where's that located? Is it in the southern part of?
Well, it's the deep, dirty north. Going to Shreveport, it's not too far from I'm gonna say Lafayette, Minden is the surrounding area. We got Keysville, and things like that right there. You got the Texarkana, but we on the north.
Okay, kind of like northwest part of Shreveport, basically Louisiana,
Yes,
kind of, close to Texas and all that type of stuff.
Right.
All right, good.
Dallas and Houston.
Oh,
Dallas for sure.
Yeah, okay. So you're a Cowboy fan, you're a Saints fan.
I used to be a Raiders fan.
Okay.
I used to love both.
Okay.
So I don't have no team right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, Bo Jackson was awesome. He was. All right, y'all, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and just get directly into it. Be sure that you go ahead and check out some of Damien Pipkins' attire. Check Your Energy. He's going to do all of that type of advertisement, hopefully throughout the particular interview. But this is a very important interview. Why? Because he's one of the individuals that I've looked at and has seen great potential in, especially for the Shreveport area and his knowledge and wealth of information that he has about certain subjects. I really think that, a lot of people need to listen to. And I'm very excited about this opportunity and this transition he's actually embarking upon. And hey, it's going to work out. I'm happy for you, brother.
Oh, I really appreciate it.
Exactly. All right. Without further ado, brother, who are you, man, and where are you from?
You just asked me that.
Okay.
No, I'm just joking.
No, you good, man. You good.
No, like I said, man, I'm from the Allendale area.
Okay.
Of Shreveport. That's kind of almost one of the roughest place to grow up at. I'm like the Canyon Village Apartments.
Okay.
Grew up pretty rough over there, but I'm from Allendale. That's a neighborhood of Shreveport.
All right. And in Allendale, is it like a pretty place or?
No.
Tell us about Allendale.
It's kind of most people say ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like any other ghetto.
Okay.
It's like any other ghetto. A lot of people speak on their ghettos, but they all the same.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a little rough area like that.
All right. So coming from Allendale, this rough area, what people would term as the ghetto, do you think that this particular place made you as to who you are?
Yeah, I can say it have. Yeah, I have to say it have. When it comes to most of the circumstances, where I'm from actually made me who I am right now today.
Okay, so when you talk about circumstances, explain that a little bit. Kind of circumstances.
Just growing up hard, learning a lot of things in the streets, what to do, what not to do.
Okay.
So that coming from that area, you even love, you know what I mean? Tough love from different homeboys, even lady females. Growing up in that area, it might be a ghetto, but it's most definitely love in that area.
Okay, all right. So those are the circumstances. Like when you say, could you diddle daddle a little bit on the circumstances in terms of the negative, or what people expect that's coming out of most ghettos?
Well, the negative, man, to me is nothing but just being a black man growing up in the area. You know what I mean? The things that we have to go through to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And most people know what it is. I don't have to say much about that. We had, growing up rough, you had to do a lot of things. Growing up in those type of areas, growing up without a father, those type of things. To me, those are negative things. But you have to take those things and translate it to something positive. So that's why I say you know.
Okay, I noticed that you didn't go into the details in terms of talking about the negative circumstances of
Yeah, I
that
don't,
area.
because I did because I don't elaborate on it too much. I get certain pinpoints because that's what the energy is all about. You know, if a person asks me something, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to elaborate on it too much because those are the things I try to stay away from the most.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, you try to stay away from negativity.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So how you stay away from yourself? no, no, seriously, no. All right, seriously. You know, how well, coming from a place like that, the way you describe it, even though you did not go into detail, when you mention tough love and you mention love and you mention, it's like most ghettos in the country. When you think about most ghettos, you think about Philadelphia ghetto, you think about, Compton, you
Well,
think about,
I go off into it. I'd say as far as selling drugs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Me actually seeing the things that happen to him as far as beating, rape, the normal things that go on in the ghetto, stealing, robbing, killing, all of those type of things is what goes on. And like I said, it makes me who I am because it makes you hard around the edges. Okay. As you go through these things in the ghetto, it mentally does something to you as you go through it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And you think that those mental, trials or challenges made you stronger mentally overall at this moment, at this junction in your life?
That's a good question, man. And I have to be honest because of the type of person I am. I think it made me strong, but it also made me weak in some situations.
Elaborate on that.
Growing up hard and not being able to be emotional is a bad thing for a man. When it's time for him to get with a woman, it's gonna be hard to him to learn how to adjust, to reconcile with a woman and actually give her actually what she needs when it comes to being romantic or just being an emotional and open person. It's hard for anybody in the ghetto to kind of adjust to that when you grow up in the streets because it's hard to trust people. When people see your soft side, then they play on you. You know what I'm saying? So you are kind of adjusted to that, and it's hard to turn back over after so many years after you've done it.
Okay. And how are you making those type of changes?
Well, by me checking my energy, man, it's an exercise I have to practice and study every day. Every day, I that's one of my main things that I right now today still fight with. I almost definitely got a 50%, not over better, but that is one thing that I fight with, and I think everybody struggles with something coming out of an environment that I come out of.
Okay, all right. How do you handle pressure?
Pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I like pressure.
Okay.
I mean, most people. I mean, I think when you're a leader, most leaders know how to react under pressure. It's just like the ghetto. There's always something happening, and then when something ain't happening, you think something wrong. So pressure is not nothing for me, but maybe somebody out there in the world may not know how, and then I can show them how. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one of the ones that had to learn how to calm down and let things ease out and let it be what it's gonna be.
Okay, I like that. Did you deal with a lot of stress, or do you see a lot of stress? And if so, how did you deal with it?
What you mean by stress?
Stress. I mean, in other words, like, stressful situations in the community, in life in general.
I think everybody do, but my stress point, I think, is you can say, hey, the business that I'm in now, I think my stress point is being able to accept by me coming from an environment that I come in and the things that I know. I think my stress point comes from trying to show and teach someone else and they not exactly getting it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, man, I know you can do it. And for you to see somebody go down the wrong road, to me, that's a lot of stress for me because I have to actually see this person I maybe love or somebody I'm not trying to cheat for me to go through that. I think that's my most stressful thing for me. But other than that, everything is wonderful.
Okay, I noticed you talked about being a leader. Mm-hmm. Do you pride yourself in being a leader?
Being a leader is all about willing to take a sacrifice.
Okay.
You can't, and with being a leader, you have to learn how to lead. I mean, follow before you lead. Mm-hmm. But I look at myself as a leader, man, because I'm willing to take the sacrifice, not only for myself, but for other people. That's what a leader do. A leader has to always be on his toes 24/7, 365. A leader none of the time don't get rest. And I'm willing to take on any situation to be a leader. So I'm always gonna look at myself as a leader.
Okay, and what do you think is some of the main strengths as a leader that you have to have?
Well, every leader has to have, they have to be open, willing to listen. Every leader has somebody else that they actually can relate to, because if the energy comes from different places and different people. So like me, rest in peace, like Kevin Samuel, it's certain things that I look at, certain things that I admire that keeps me want to lead to help other people. You understand what I'm saying? That's their energy. That's their energy steady bouncing from here to there. So, but I think most of all, study. You have to be a good person that study, man. You can't be a leader if you don't study yourself. If you don't know nothing about yourself, you can't lead.
Wow.
Because you have no control.
Wow.
You want to control other people, but when it's time for you to, just ask me about pressure, right? When it's time for the pressure, you can't control yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot control. If you can't control yourself, there's no way that you can lead. Because once you lose control, then everybody else behind you fall. It's over.
Or they're gonna revolt and get another leader.
That's right.
Then you're gonna have a whole lot of other issues or whatever. Yeah. You know, we know that from history. However, you know, I think you're talking on some very critical points. I think with the current issues in society. Honestly, you know, one of the things that I'm not trying to take over your interview, but I am, because it's not about you, it's about me. No, I'm joking. But one of the things that I do pride myself in is that I'm a promoter of true education. And you mentioned one of the first basic principles of true education, that is getting to know oneself.
Right.
If you don't know yourself, otherwise you will always be a carbon copy of what someone else wants you to be.
Right.
So, I like that. I like that very much. I didn't know that about you, I think that's admirable, not to give you all the credit and everything, but also your parents, to give them the accolades. God, I know you're a believer, and everything. Of course, I know that, and I appreciate it, man. So thank you very much. Now, this one here is going to be, this question just come off the top of my head, and I'm just going to ask you this here, and I hope you brace yourself forward, because you in the war room now. Weaknesses.
You asked me what's my weakness? Or
yeah. What would you say is your greatest weakness?
You know what, though? Now, this is something I believe in. Now, it's an interview, but I don't have to ask a question if I don't want, right?
You should. Sure does.
Okay. I don't believe in speaking it out. I don't believe in sharing that type of energy with someone that may be looking. I don't believe in sharing it with the devil. I don't believe in telling the devil out what my weakness is, and then he use it against me. I believe whatever it is that I don't say out to put out in the universe, it can't come back to me. So I'll never let him have that control. I control my own energy.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Hence, I understand that. I'm a donkey for that, because I asked the question and you didn't answer. Yeah. But I guess you gave your own answer, which is beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, I like it. All right. And what do you say? Like, how do you deal with weaknesses in people in whom you choose to associate with? How do you deal with weaknesses within them?
I don't deal with their weakness. I deal with their strong points. I deal with something that's good. Everybody have a weakness, and I think most people, when they see a weakness, some people play on it. Some people, you understand what I'm saying? The order to be strong, you got to be weak at something. You can't be strong and good at everything. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mostly focus on a person strong point, and whatever it is, after a while, whatever they was weak in, they can overcome that.
Gotcha.
Mentally, physically, themselves, they'll realize it.
Yeah. If somebody came up to you for some advice about weaknesses, and I know a lot of people personally has come up to you and asked you questions in times past about weaknesses and things like that, relationship or whatever it might be. I know for a certainty, based on the information that you had given, it actually worked out for
Oh,
you.
definitely.
So if they came and somebody was to come up to you today because they had the confidence in your ability to be able to guide them correctly, what would you say, to a person that told you their weaknesses? How would you encourage them to make it a strength?
Well, it depends on the situation. If it was I get a couple things. If it's a relationship and if it's a weakness, I ask them to focus more on themselves, not the person that's in a relationship with them, but them, because they have to focus on them. If it's something that they feel that they're not good at and they're weak at it, and I ask them, what is it for? Is it for you? Translate to something else and see if it's something else better. Maybe that might be leading you to something else. I want to ask a person to focus more on something. You understand what I'm saying? Mentally, they can cause them stress. If it's whatever it is, it depends on what it is. And if you feel that it's something that you want to get better, like a lot of people are not good at basketball, but if you keep practicing that something, like I say, if you keep practicing and studying and studying and studying, like we all become weak in learning things, learning people, different minorities of people. Reading, if you weak at it, you most definitely can get better. It's all about you taking time out for something that's not important and studying whatever it is that you're trying to become better at. Because if you don't study it, then you're not never gonna learn it.
Absolutely. So you promote reading. You believe that a person should read.
Definitely. I mean, words is power. Energy is words. If me and you now couldn't translate, I think the earth would be kind of dark. I don't know what you thinking. You don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know how you feel. Words cause love, and it causes pain. It causes hate. Love. In order to forgive, you have to ask for forgiveness.
Gotcha.
Words is power.
Gotcha. And I personally believe that it's none of your business to know what I'm thinking over here.
Okay.
Because I'm not the one doing it. Doing the interview, however.
Man, this is going to be one of the most funnest interviews I've ever been in. But look, man, hey y'all, this guy, y'all need to get him an interview. Y'all more, bro. Go ahead.
Well, man, I definitely appreciate the shout out. However, man, it's always my pleasure simply talking to you and being very sincere. But that raises another question with me. Off the cuff, I think about all the time in a society where people don't get along. Unfortunately, people don't get along, and things can go left very quickly, as they would say.
Right.
How do you work with people? Do you work well with people, or do you work best by yourself?
Well, you got to remember, checking my energy. I have to work with people. It's no way that I can possibly do anything myself. The energy that I have that's good has to be passed on to other people. I can say that I'm gonna definitely work good by myself, but I love to see other people elevate. I love to see me teaching somebody something, and then they get it, and then they increase from it, and then they can pass it to somebody else. So I feel that that's more better, because that's something that nobody can take from me, and they can't take it from them. So I say, I say me working with somebody else will be more better, because it's more powerful.
Okay.
The strength in numbers.
Absolutely. I like it. Like, man, who's your greatest inspiration, bro?
I'm gonna say God. I want to say David in the Bible.
Got it.
But if it wasn't for God, it wouldn't be no David. But David is a warrior. I look at myself as a warrior for something good. So most people just say these people in the world, but as I read, I say David.
Okay.
In the Bible.
Got it. Well, I like that, man, because my greatest inspiration is Moses in the Bible.
Yeah.
For real, I actually draw a lot of encouragement from his life and everything, so I can understand where you're coming from. But, if you had to pick a person, anybody, whether it be political, whether it be entertainment, Hollywood or whatever it may be, author, who would you say has, inspired you the most?
That's kind of hard.
I had to put you on the spot. I need some thought.
By this energy. I ain't gonna lie, like I said, I think you're talking about I never seen nobody, man. I hope this guy when the pass, man, recipe. I looked at a lot of guys. It's a couple of guys, but I got my mind right now is stuck on Kevin Samuels, man. Because of the you know what's crazy? Because of the knowledge that he had and the lack of knowledge that other people don't have and can't see, I can see it. You know, and I don't want to elaborate him a little too much, but I got to say, a lot of things that people say that's truthful, people don't want to hear. People only want to hear a lie. You know, most ladies like to hear a lie. You know, most men, but mostly, you know, a man attract females, so they're gonna have something to say about the same thing as me. I understood him more. I think I understood what he was trying to do, what he stood for, and I think a lot of people just misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? Because they still was looking out of these lenses. You never supposed to look out your eyes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you feel like you're misunderstood also while we're talking about it?
Man, most definitely.
Why do you feel like you're misunderstood though when you're so direct?
I'll tell you what, when you have something like check your energy, or when it's anything in life, negative is easy for people to do. As long as you're doing something with somebody else, it's okay and it feel good. When you go through changes, people remember the things that you did in the past. And the things that you're doing right now, and you're trying to move forward to do something great, and you're trying to do something to actually help the people, they don't see it like that. They only see judgment and you did this before, it's a misunderstanding becoming now. They don't look at it. They don't look at things like, hey, people change. Hey, you know, or be forgiven. People don't look at this, so you want to always be misunderstood when you're a human being, because people feel like, well, you did it. You know, it is always be a finger pointing, so you always gonna be misunderstood. And then people mostly you have to understand that most people gonna judge by what they know. So it's always gonna be a misunderstanding.
I definitely understand that. What motivates you?
Man, you know what's crazy? Getting up in the morning. Just God allowing me to just do what I'm doing just another day. I mean, it motivates me so much. You know, I think I pray probably 500 times a day.
That's
you know,
good.
just drive me. You know.
That's good. That's good. All right. So speaking of motivation, let's change the subject a little bit. Let's talk a bit about your brand.
Okay.
Your brand. Check your energy. When, where, and how did you come up with the concept?
Oh man. Well, people, I gotta be honest with you. I come up with this brand when I come out of prison. I thought that I was on the right track. I was on the right track, but I thought when pressure came, a certain type of pressure came, I kind of went back to my old self. I dated this young lady out of Lake Charles. Shout out Lake Charles. They got some beautiful women out there. I fell in love with her. You know, she always talked about energy. She always talked about how my energy was strong. But, you know, I ain't never really, you know. But I noticed when I started to tell her my lifestyle, and when she got out of the car, she got out so freely. She was so happy. I'm like, why you not paying attention to this? Why you not paying attention to that? You don't see them? The things that I was telling her was soaking in her brain. And it's like she started to turn to me and like, well, why you told me that? Now you got me thinking about this. And I was seeing how things were changing, but me and her, we had a good connection, but what she wanted, well, I wanted, she didn't want it. And I couldn't handle it. You know, I was ready and she wasn't ready, and things changed, and I seen a little bit of me dozing back out to myself, so I had to catch myself.
Okay. All right. So basically, you're saying that that's the origin of Check Your Energy. Where it all come from?
Yeah. It come from me just understanding that I control me. I can't let a situation take me back to my past, and I have to also, when you have energy, it's all part of the people that you keep around you. You have to understand that whatever you keep around you is what you're gonna become. You know, this young lady never lived the lifestyle that I live, but I came into her life and pointed out things that was kind of negative, but that we both, she was living a good life. I pointed out things, you need to be safe in this way, you need to be safe this way. She was already safe. Her energy was already good. She just a happy person, and she was afloat. She was leading God, so everything with her was good, but I still had the mentality of me still being in Shreveport. You understand what I'm saying? I felt comfortable I had it going, but I still felt I had to watch my back. I had to do this. Well, did I fully change mentally? No, I didn't.
Wow. So basically, this idea come out of personal experience that you had, and mostly like a revelation.
Oh yeah, man. I think if I would have had that energy that I have right now, I think me and that person probably would be together right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I know she'll be probably happy to hear you say that.
Oh, most definitely, man.
Yeah. All right. So, what kind of advice would you give to someone that's thinking about starting their own business?
Oh, well, the first thing is to be willing to invest in yourself. Be willing to take a sacrifice because most of all, man, everybody way of doing things, the way that you'll do things, and what worked for someone else might not work for you. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got a business, and if it's something that you as a person want to move forward on, and if it's something that you believe in, don't ask a lot of questions about what you should do and what it's good to get advice, but if it's in you and if it's something you have to love for, go for it, man.
Absolutely.
Can't nobody tell you how to do nothing. You have to find your way. Mm-hmm. Find your way.
Absolutely. All right. I think that's very sound advice for somebody just trying to start something out there. For those that are listening, I really need y'all to pay attention to what he just said, because that is what any kind of college institution or any kind of business school, they're going to tell you. And if they don't tell you that, then you're at the wrong business school. So therefore, that's free advice coming from Mr. Damien Pipkins, the Shreveport native. Check your energy, basically CEO, originator, etc. All right, Damien. You know what? Despite how I feel about you personally, how we go back and forth. Do you believe it's necessary to set goals and have a plan?
Yeah, most definitely. If you don't have a plan, then I mean, in order to reach a goal, you have to have a plan. If you get up every day, that's based on the energy. If you get up every day, you don't have no plan. You don't have a goal. You don't have nothing. What's the reason for getting up in the morning time? What's going to keep you from going out there doing something that you don't have no business doing? What are you actually living for? You know what I'm saying? You have to find some type of way to keep your life balanced. You got to keep it balanced, and setting goals and plans keep you balanced. It keeps you going to straight and narrow. It keeps you out of being over here. You know what I'm saying? And being over here and just spaced all over the place. Because once you find out who you are, your plan begins then.
So it kind of goes back basically to knowing who you are.
It's all about finding yourself, checking in. You have to. I advise anybody that wants to become better in anything that they do. It have to start with you. You have to go on the inside of you. It's just like working on a car. It's like you have to go in, take them old parts out and put new parts in. You have a lot of people that actually don't know. They think they supposed to get up and go to work in the morning. That's what they do. That's how they make money. No. Because when there's no job, then what else you got left? You like low self-esteem, bad energy. You got advice from other people to go to bad energy. It's too much. It's because you ain't have no plan.
Wow. You
had no plan. You just got up in the morning and just went to work. You never said, they're gonna lay me off the deal tomorrow. You don't know. You were been up for 3, 4, 5 years. Everything in your life changes then. When pressure comes, you're gonna be able to see who you are, who you really are. You're gonna be able to see who your friends are. The energy gonna change. Everything's not gonna be good all the time.
That's right. Wow. I like it, y'all. All right. What skills and experiences you believe has helped you, and that can also help others?
The best skill to me is that I've been through. That I think, brother, I don't want to say for me, I've been through so much. I'm gonna say the best skill for me right now, man, is me humbling myself and unlearning things, unlearning some of the things that I learned. That's the best skill for me. For me, I have to humble myself. I have to, even when someone else is wrong, I have to humble myself. That's a skill that if you want to be any type of builder or any type of business person or any type of husband or wife, you got to humble yourself. Because people don't understand when you're in a situation, it's like a fight. You can't see what's going on, and then you feel it after it's over with.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see nothing to you don't understand it until it's over with. It's a heated moment. It don't have to be in a heated moment. If you're a type of person that humbles yourself, but you already checking your energy, you don't have to go through that. So now, the best thing for me, right now, the best skill that I ever was humbling myself. Just even if the person wrong. Because if I get out of line, then they control me.
Wow. I like that. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Not so much about anyone controlling you, but about, your previous statement with regards to, humility as a skill. A lot of people would have thought that you would have stated, my best skill is my ability to be able to communicate with people. My best skill, is my ability to be able to, shoot a basketball or to run a football or, to throw a football or, be able to go out here and make money. Most people thought or would think that you would say something like that or a person should respond. But the skill of humility,
They would have thought about that because that's something that controls them. None of what I don't have, none of that. I have to still be still and I have to figure out what's the next move. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you play basketball and that's all you know how to do is play basketball, and when basketball is over with, or your knee below out, you ain't reach where you're supposed to reach, then what's next?
Mm-hmm.
Pressure coming.
Yeah.
So in a heat of the moment, what I'm saying is humbling myself gives me a time to know myself. It gives me a time to adjust for whatever it is that's coming towards me. Because whatever's coming is gonna help me. It ain't. Most people look at it like, oh, I want to do it. No, whatever you're going through is only gonna make you better, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Even if really bad, because you don't want to go through it no more.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll stay away from that energy. You wouldn't even, when it's time, it's time.
So you're saying that true humility would actually, the skill of humility and learning it actually teaches you not only to be able to hold your head up when you're going through a situation, but it teaches you the education to make sure you don't go back to it.
Yeah, it makes you sharp.
Got it.
If it's no such thing as mistakes. I don't know where people get that from. Whatever is designed for you to go through is designed to make you better. Now, if you fail, then you fail. It was your choice to fail. Because guess why? Because you kept these type of people around you. Those are the energy people that you kept around you, and you feel like once you go through that, then you got to go get a drink or a smoke or whatever the case. Not trying to criticize people that smoke or drink, but it's easy to do.
Got it.
Humbling yourself is not easy.
Why do you say that?
Because most people that's in the right is not gonna humble themselves. They're gonna speak on it. They're gonna say something about it. And everything is not. I had to learn that everything is not to be spoken upon. A person can realize when they're wrong after the effect. You know what I'm saying? But you can become. I say humble because it's plenty of times I have become wrong in the right situation. Nobody sees what happened with the situation, but the only person that's seeing acting up is who?
Yeah.
Me.
Got it.
I might be more violent than they is, and that's all they see. Like, man, I just seen you. I was like, man, I shouldn't humble myself. I said, they even did nothing. Now you saying what you should have done.
Wow. So you think that's a lot of the issues within our streets, upon our streets? No humility.
Yeah, right. Because the only energy that we know how to translate is war, aggression, or stress, worrying. That's what we pass along because it's easy to do. Mm-hmm. Nobody's trying to teach the kids or most people that's married, they'll go ahead on and buckle down to the woman and adjust to her having a flip mouth or the woman adjust to the nobody's teaching the person how to say, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying, find out who you are. Everything's inside of you. People tell you, people are give you the wrong message, you know what I'm saying? If a person don't like it, then forget them, or, you know what I'm saying? If a person do this back. No, if a person do that, they don't do nothing back. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Wow. So you're saying that, check your energy it's definitely not a way in which you can make money, but it's actually an attitude almost.
Well,
It's a behavior.
well, yeah, right. It's not. I'm happy. I'm happy you said that, my brother. I appreciate it. Check your energy is not. It's not just no brand. It's bigger than a brand. It's a lifestyle. This doesn't represent. This doesn't represent me. It represents you. It represents everything you stand for. For when you wake up in the morning to get in your car. I'm gonna give you a prime example. You having a good day. You get up in the morning time. You headed to work, right? Somebody cut you off in your car. Just jump in front of you. What's the first thing people do?
They're gonna get angry, curse, something.
Hollering out in the car, right? Now they got a bad day. Why? No control. No control, and then no self-discipline, and you dysfunctional. I don't want to be dysfunctional anymore. I want to unlearn getting angry. I want to unlearn not understanding that I don't know why this person cut me off. I don't know if this person got a mental problem. I don't know if this person high. You understand what I'm saying? I understand that they don't even know if I got a baby in the car or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But you cut me off. You already cut me off. It's done. You gone. I'm happy that I made it to where I had to go. When I go out of town to get my clothes and things, those type of things happen. Truck almost ran me off the road, man. Right before we talked about, I got on the phone with you and tried to hook the interview things up and you called me. Matter of fact, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
Man, I wasn't even upset because that's what part of humbling yourself is all about. And that's something that as people that we have to learn, We have to learn that.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear about the car.
Yeah, it's all
That
good.
type of situation. I'm glad you overcame it and you was able to get past it and everything, man. But wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. Well, speaking of that, a lot of people, they get angry when they're cut off. A lot of people are angry, period. They're just upset for whatever reason. How do you feel about anger?
It's an energy we had to get rid of my brother. I advise anybody that get angry, man, to think, to pray, and to just think about what if I make a move? What can be happening after this move? Checking your energy is really all about. It's like getting ready for a basketball game. It's like preparing to win. If we just live in life and everything is going good when we got money, and everything's going good when we go to a nightclub, and you're not expecting to go to a nightclub and get in a fight. But if you checking your energy, you're always going to place yourself in an environment of people that does what? Make money, have fun, and not with the bull. You feel what I'm saying? Most people, now looking at it like that, most people just get them to feel like, hey, I can go where I want to go. I can do what I want to do. Well, actually, the way that the world is right now, the energy that people carry, you should want to think before you move. This is what, I don't want to. When I go somewhere, my brother, I just want to be around good energy. I don't want nobody messing up my vibe. So why would I go down here at the honky tonk and I can just go over here? You feel what I'm saying? And be over here with the people. But most people care what people say. You understand what I'm saying? So as a person, I'm gonna humble myself. Feel okay, then I'm gonna go over here for a little while, and I'm gonna go over here, and it's more peaceful over here.
Got it.
I don't have to go over there with all the spotlight and everything. If most people want the spotlight, and then when you go get the spotlight, then you get what happens to the spotlight, you get burnt.
Yeah.
It's too hot over there. So I don't want to be nowhere where it's hot at, and I can be somewhere where you have positive energy. It ain't too much going on, but it's a lot going on. It's good energy going on. I can leave there, go home, or I can tell somebody else about the same spot. You ever notice that everywhere, not be talking about it, but everywhere we go, that we mess up the places that we get. The places ain't messed up. Huh? The place is not messed up. People go to spots and mess them up. That's energy.
Wow. Okay. A lot of people don't look at it like that.
Well, that's what I'm here for. That's what the leadership. Everybody got a brand, but what's your brand talking about? Polo, Nautica, Tommy. That's representing them. Check your energy represents you. You let a person know what you want when they see you. You control your atmosphere. You control the situation. Don't never think you don't control. You control it. You can leave or you can stay. You can keep going back. You know what I'm saying? We know where to go and where not to go. You understand what I'm saying? But we always keep something in the back of our mind and going back because we not humble, we not disciplined. And you know, it's all about self-control.
Absolutely. All right. Are you easily angered?
I'm happy you asked me, and I got to be honest. Man, I once was. I can say in some situations that I'm still working on it. But God knows, man, I done worked out a whole lot of kinks, and I'm still working. Absolutely. For the ones that tune in, I'm looking, I'm still working, and man, I had one of the worstest tempers. But humbling myself keeps me to understand, hey, this is, don't do that. And I go back and look at what I've been through, and like, look, is this worth this? Is sacrificing this for this? Is it worth it? Okay. I look at that and I'm like, nah. Okay. So I have gotten a whole lot better.
All right. So if I was to jump up out this chair and basically come out with a spinning, flying axe kick at this particular moment, would you exercise the skill of humility, or will you actually, exhibit anger?
I'm gonna exercise the skill of That is funny, man.
All right, man.
Got that minute for you, man.
All right, man. I'm sorry about that. All right, man. All right. Basically what I've heard was some stuff that I think that is not contemplated a lot. You honestly, for those that are listening, you deal with a lot of issues that pertain to a knowledge of self. It seems like you're on this growth. You're on this path of development and growth. I think it's beautiful. You know what I mean? What would you say to someone that's just simply out there and they don't know, man, they lost and they just don't know where to go, who to go to, what to do. They just out there.
That's a good question. I got the answer, but I don't want to give it so fast. Whatever answer you're looking for is always in you. A person now, if you're looking and you feel like you don't know which way to turn, you don't know which way to go, the answer is always within, man. I advise anybody to just pray and just ask for signs from God. Always follow you, but it's always someone out there willing to help you. It's always someone out there that feel the same way you feel. Don't never feel, first of all, never feel that you're nobody. You somebody. I have to realize that as a man, that everybody is somebody. Just because you don't have a particular thing, you might be feeling this way right now, you may be down, you might not have no clue, like you said, of where to go, but you have to start somewhere, and it starts with an idea. Just have a good idea. The only thing you have to do is have a good idea. That's your goal. Make a plan to have whatever it is in your mind, and whatever it is you think that you want, speak it to existence. So all you gotta do is speak it to existence, and I can promise you that it's gonna happen.
Got it. So, I bet y'all just listen and say, I get a lot. Well, I learn a lot. Damien, I think that plenty of people out there, they have I guess they want what other people want for their life.
Oh man, I hope you. People.
Talk about that a moment.
Okay, that's their energy. That belongs to them. That's theirs. I never was like that, but most of the people that I dealt with was like that. I want what's best for me. I don't want to be around a lot of people that I have to imitate. You have a lot of us as people, we imitate other people. You understand what I'm saying? And when we don't get the attention that we want, and when things don't work out the way that we want it to work out, we jump to something else or we blame that person. Where's the self-motivation? Where's the self-esteem? Where's the respect for yourself? No. Whatever a person that's around you, she only want the best for you, and the best for you is you. You have your own manual. You cannot work by nobody else's manual. You can't open up and say, okay, then Y'all books do not have the same answer. Each individual in this world, my book is not like everybody else's book. Everyone else's are different. It's nothing wrong with looking up to a person and say, hey, look, I want to reach that level. But I wouldn't want to put myself in the position to want to live like nobody or do as somebody else want me to do, because that's a miserable way of life. And when you hit rock bottom, you deserve to hit rock bottom because you followed someone else's pattern as how they live. Like I say, it's okay to study certain skills from people. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying doing what others want you to do. So what are you going to do for yourself? Mm-hmm. How can you teach your kids to be self-sufficient and to learn how to work an idea out when they under pressure? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If they see you listen to somebody else and live in somebody else's life, the same thing, they're going to do the same thing. So you can't tell nobody else nothing because you are listening to somebody else. And I think as people, we have that problem very bad.
Wow. Well, when you say as a people, you're talking about collective, like humanity at large.
Yeah, yes. That's why negativity and crime is at an all-time high. Nobody believes in themselves. The energy just, you know what I'm saying? We always that makes you be in competition. You understand what I'm saying? With each other and things like that. I'm not in competition with nobody. Once I spark a brain and give somebody good energy, whatever is in that person was already in them. Mm-hmm. I didn't create that. I just gave you inspiration, and you had you wanted it, and I was just a person that gave you good energy. You took it and you ran with it. I can't say, hey man, I made him. No, whatever was in this person was already in them. If they learned the skill from me, they increased it. You understand what I'm saying? So no man. Mm-mm. So a person, you only build. If you don't build off yourself, what you gonna do? You're gonna build on somebody else. You're gonna depend on somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? So no, that's not a good way. That's not a good way.
Wow, I like it. A lot of people do attention simply just to get women. A lot of men do it. They drive a certain kind of car. They wear a certain kind of clothes. Mm-hmm. They talk a certain kind of way. They dress a certain kind of way just to get the attention of a bunch of, let's say, people. I'm not going to just say females. I'm just going to say people. Mm-hmm. What would you say for that? Well, do you think that that's the wrong reason to try to get that type of attention? Because a lot of that attention is not good attention anyway. It doesn't come with the good energy.
I don't feel. I hate to say what's right and what's wrong. Mm-hmm. As a man, as for me, you have to realize if you have to pretend as a character or person, just realize that you're going to be pretending until you go in the grave. Because the energy that you gave that person, is that really you? Or do they really love you for you, or do they really love you for what you do for them? Mm-hmm. So you got to ask yourself that question. So I don't have to say what's right and what's wrong. If you know you're imitating a certain style or a certain type of image, is it really you? Is it something that you want to continue to do as a person? Is that the energy that you want to lend out to the people to see you as? Because at the end of the day, you got to look in the mirror. Mm-hmm. And then Michael Jackson say, "Look at the man in the mirror."
Yeah, exactly. But he was asking, a little bit more things for your. He said, I'm talking to the man in the mirror, mm-hmm. I'm asking for him to change, and then basically he was saying some other stuff, and then he went on and saying, no, I'm just
Man, this I don't know. This guy here is really, man. I think he's going to be on top one day, man. Mr. Brandon, man. Keep it up, my bro.
Man, thank you. I appreciate the encouragement. However, all right, man, we're drawing to the conclusion of this interview, man. I got about 2 or 3 more sincere questions to ask you, and then I'm going to go ahead and implement what I call basically, some fun facts, fun questions about yourself, man, that, just be on your P's and Q's over there because they're going to come extemporaneous. Right. You know how I do it. All right, man. Throughout your life, would you say you're a typical, do you have a girlfriend? Let me ask you that.
No. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have a girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I had a woman, not a girlfriend.
All right, I like that. You have a woman. Right? Do you believe in love?
Definitely. Good energy is love. Yeah, most definitely.
Good energy is love.
Love.
All right, good. I noticed you mentioned that you was incarcerated.
Yeah, yes sir, yes sir.
All right. Without going into the details about everything, could you please tell us exactly what was your worst, what was some of the feelings that you had when you were incarcerated, and what was the best thing that you learned? 2 questions.
Oh man. The feeling of being away, man, just being away. One of the things to be like to be not in that world, but happen to adjust to this world was one of the feelings that I always had. Like I think I had that feeling for about 4 years before I even got used to it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And what was the best thing? Best feeling?
Oh man, it's crazy, man. And it's gonna sound weird. I done had some of my best days there. Learning brotherly love, man. I'm gonna have to speak on. I got to shout out, man, to my boy, Boo Love, Darius Johnson, and my boy Kevin Young. Man, I learned so much, man. These a lot of creativity. I actually learned that a brother don't have to actually be a person that's some kin to you. Your blood. Man, some special guys in there, man. That reached me, touched my heart. It made me want to change, and it made me not never want to come back there. It's crazy, man. Being in a place like that and just seeing yourself transform to something different. Being able to adapt, being able to go without, or actually being able to be told what to do. You can't say that. All of that helps you adjust to realize, when you out here in the world, man, to appreciate to just even wake up in the morning, be able to open an icebox. It ain't matter if you got a loaf of bread or 6 slices of bologna and 2 pieces of cheese. In your icebox. It always teach you how to be grateful for the people that's around you, especially the females. Just losing that sensation of just talking. Those are good things that I learned, man, by being in there.
Okay. Gratitude, basically, to being grateful.
Right.
All right. I like it. You know, if you had a chance to learn a foreign language, what would it be?
Foreign?
Yeah.
Maybe a little foreign there, because I know foreign. What foreign language would I want to learn? Because everybody, that ain't foreign. Probably Dutch. And Dutch foreign.
Yeah, of course.
That ain't the only one though. I think they still speak missing the Nicaragua. I'm gonna say Dutch.
Man, out of all the languages out there,
Dutch and
Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch. I used to talk to a lady I met in prison. She was Dutch, and I kind of can understand some of the things she was saying, but I didn't know how I could understand.
Yeah.
I say Dutch and because there ain't too many languages that I want to learn. English is the best language.
Yeah, I personally.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I know what you're talking about.
It's kind of hard. I never thought about. I go, when I get on the plane, I don't want to speak Spanish and all this. To me, it ain't. That's a normal. Everybody do. I think it's good though.
Mm-hmm.
But I just say Dutch because I think if you learn Dutch, then other things probably fall kind of in that category. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got you. All right. I understand you're in a relationship. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. All right. But hypothetically speaking, if you were to date a woman outside of your culture.
You're going to get me cursed out.
I'm sorry.
That.
Which culture would it be?
I don't have a problem with dating no culture.
Okay.
I love them all.
Okay.
Big, tall, or small. No, I like them all though. But if I just have to, I don't know. I don't have a preference on that.
Mm-hmm.
I know if you ask me, hey, what's one you'd rather be with? I don't have a preference of. Well, let me think, man. You ask me. Let me take a while, I guess. God, man, I don't know about that. I'm sorry, though, because I'd have been with quite a fruit. I ain't trying to pay that energy, but I couldn't even think because I didn't. Puerto Rican.
Okay, Puerto Rican. All right, good. You know, depending on who you are, a lot of people would just simply say that's white chocolate, but we won't go there. However, it is still a different culture. Absolutely.
You got Puerto Ricans that's black.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. All right. So we've talked about, you know, who you are, where you're from, some of your personal experiences in terms of who made you, you know, how you become the person that you are now, your incarceration, you know, some of the, you know, highlights of being incarcerated, as well as some of the, you know, most profound things you've learned in terms of not wanting to go back. We discussed Check Your Energy brand and how it's a way of life, and it's not just simply a brand, so to speak, that's placed upon a t-shirt. We talked about the attitude and your skill set and being humble, and you think that's the best, you know, skill that you think a person could access, simply because it causes you to be able to reflect on oneself and to think. We even talked about, you know, one of the best, you know, educational experiences you need is self-education. We talked about that. But with all of that pertinent information that's out there, what is the most, if you had an opportunity right now to say anything to anybody, if this is what was your last time talking to the public, God forbid, what would you like to tell the public?
Everybody, somebody. Believe in yourself. Everybody, somebody. Don't never let nobody tell you that you. Don't never let nobody. I'm talking about nobody. Tell you that you can't do something. There's no such thing. No matter how many times you hear it, ain't such thing as I can't. There's always a way. There's always a way. There's always a way. That's the best thing. That's the best advice that I ever give anybody. To always just be self-driven. Don't let nobody tell them nothing. Always do what you feel.
Absolutely. I like it. I like it. All right, man. Be on to the next and last and final phase of this whole interview, y'all. Go ahead and be sure to look up Damien Pipkins and check Your Energy brand. Get you some t-shirts. I know I got me some t-shirts and I got me some shorts and got me some new gear that I'm gonna be sporting for the winter, for the summer. And also I can't wait till the winter come because I do like them little hoodies and everything like that is made and everything, you know. Notice I said little because they always seem to fit me tight and snug. I like to show my little muscles or whatever.
Right.
But we're going on to another phase right now, and go ahead and just check your energy, check out Damien Pipkins' brand, and I'm sure that if you reach out to him, he'll be able to get you directly in contact with the right people so they can get that information out to you, and then also all kinds of good wear. I'm sure you can look him up on Facebook and find out that information and see what it looks like, etc. You know, but right now, y'all. He in the hot seat. That's what I call the hot seat because we about to ask him some fun questions, some fun facts about some of his, you know, personal likes that you may not know anything about, Mr. Pipkin. Mr. Pipkin, going straight into it. What's your favorite color?
It's crazy. Black.
Black. Why black is your favorite color, Pipkin?
That's a question I never could answer for myself. I got more than one color now, and I like pink for some reason.
Pink.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like that pink. I guess that pink is loud, but it ain't too loud.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Soft. Yeah. Basically, kind of humble to an extent. A humble color.
Right.
Gotcha. All right. Name a talent that you have that no one knows about.
Making love. No. Man, a talent that nobody know about. That's crazy. Well, I think what I'm doing now, people didn't know about it. I think a lot of people that actually growed up with me that didn't know that I would be this type of motivator. Now people only know it now because it's being out to the world. Nobody never knew that. Nobody never think that that I would be putting myself on the line and actually changing to something positive. So I had to say this.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wouldn't pick nothing else that I'm actually just great at. There's
right.
a lot of things, but nothing like this.
Got it. And what would you say is your favorite food?
Oh, steak and potatoes. Yeah, with cheese, sour cream. You're making me hungry, man.
Yeah. Would you rather go swimming in a pond In a swimming pool, or let's say in the ocean?
In the bathtub. Hey, go ahead, there. I'm sorry, man. You know black people. I'm not a water person, man. I had an accident years when I was young, so nah.
Got it. Traumatized
I'm
by
not
it
a
a little
water.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it. Got it. It's unfortunate for it, man. I'm sorry to hear that, but it's good to know though. So All right. If you had to take a trip right now to anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I want to go to. Man, I got a couple of places. I got to pick one.
No, you can pick two.
Well, God, I got a couple. But I'm gonna pick the most important one that I want to go to. I'm gonna say Miami, Florida.
Miami.
Yeah.
Why so?
I want to see the beautiful out there. I was gonna say Puerto Rican, but I want to see the beautiful. I want to go to Miami. I want to see Miami out. I wanted to go to Atlanta and things like that. But if I just had to pick, my choice would have to just be Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And there's a place where you would live if you had an
I
opportunity.
mean, I can't say that because I never, by me never being there before, I can't
Yeah,
say.
you can't make an assessment about it. Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha. Would you like to go to the moon if you had an opportunity?
No, sir. I
You wouldn't
would like to stay on the ground.
You would like to stay on the ground. All right. So you don't like flying at all, huh?
I never flew before.
You ever flown?
I know. If things gonna get good for me, I'm gonna have to.
Okay, absolutely. So talking about that, what is you say is the most, what's your favorite rap song?
No disrespect. I fall in love with my own music. But if I have to pick a song, I can't pick one song. Well, I'm gonna pick a song. Tupac. How many fell victim in the streets?
Okay,
Rest in peace.
got it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's one of my favorite too. I definitely like the introduction to that song.
Right.
Yeah, I think
It
Tupac.
do something to me every time I listen to him. I
Absolutely.
have to start listening to him.
Yeah. I think for me, man, it's gonna be "Me Against the World" with Tupac.
Okay.
That one right there, because I think that he was coming into his political activism and everything, community. He was really trying to reach people.
Right.
Absolutely, through his music.
Right.
I'm assuming that that's a good thing. So, like, what is one of the favorite songs that you have done? And I don't think people know you even do music, Damien.
Yeah, I'm gonna promote that probably at the end. I'm gonna let everybody know what I got going on because, like I say, it's not just none of this is just a brand. It's a lifestyle. One of my favorite songs that I done. I'm more of a romantic song though.
Okay.
I just dropped a song now. I'm kind of struggling between Check Your Energy. I got a song called Check Your Energy, and I got another one called The Vibe for Me. And I'm gonna say Pretty Brown is one of my hottest ones.
Got it.
I want people to be looking for that. It's actually a song just actually about a girl saying she don't want a man sometimes. She just wants somebody to understand. She just want a friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She just want to just do what she want to do and do how she feel, and she just wants you to respect her for that. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Yeah.
What you say, but somebody has already come out with that, and they just said, "Ooh, home in love with friend." So, let me ask you this here. Let me ask you this. Like, where do you see rap and the future of rap? Where do you see it?
I see. Oh man, it's kind of chaotic now, but I think I think it's gonna go back to the old. I think we gonna wake up and everything is gonna what goes around comes around. The things that's going on now just have to bleed out. You know what I mean? Because the energy and the lifestyle that people choosing to live now is only causing a lot of pain, death, worrying and stress, and don't nobody want to keep living like that. And eventually, people gonna wake up and you got a lot of people bring out good songs.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kanye West. You got a lot of people make good music, man. Ross make a lot of good music.
Mm-hmm.
Drake make good music.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z make good music. You got a lot of people. The guy from California. I could pronounce his name. He make a lot of good music. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
you got a lot of guys that make a lot of good songs. But everybody now just expressing the pain, you know, and they're letting the money control their energy right now. So that's not gonna last too long.
Got it. I think I'm gonna bring the doo-wop back.
Ooh.
Shoo-bee-wop. I think I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna be the first one to do it. Yeah, I know.
No, don't make no money out there.
It's okay. I'm doing it for the passion. Anyway, but no, seriously, you know, think about this right here. In terms of Shreveport, you know, our proximity and where we are geographically, how come a lot of people and artists is not recognized from being from this city? And what can we do about it?
I think we are being we recognized. People know who we are.
Oh, okay.
They're afraid to let us in, and we're afraid to take. Sometimes you have to. I hate for a chicken industry. Sometimes you have to take your place and take what's yours. And like I say, we have to get out of the mind frame of what somebody else is doing.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Once we get out of that mind frame of what somebody else is doing and just do what we do and what we know how to do, we already know it already. Only thing we got to do is just stay on Shreveport level.
Mm-hmm.
It's no other way. Shreveport need to stay together and be with Shreveport. Mm-hmm. Not with Baton Rouge and New Orleans. We sounded like somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because we one of the most talented people. Man, if you go to prison, we talked about highly in there. But you know, when like I say, when you just go look at a whole lot of things, Shreveport, most people that's doing things now come from Shreveport. They just moved to different cities and states.
Mm-hmm.
They had an opportunity. You understand? A lot of people say it's nothing here. It's a lot of money here.
Mm-hmm.
We just the environment that we in. We used to doing things the way we used to doing it, so we can't see past a lot of things. So that's why I right now try to push a lot of good energy out from people to be able to get that old flavor back and do what we supposed to be doing. It's most definitely we can get out of it. I look at it as our fault. I don't look at it as nobody else's fault.
Got it. All right, real quick, 2 more questions, man. How come you never had me on any of your songs, man? That's sad, man. Because I actually can rap. I do it every Christmas.
But we'll try to give it a spin.
Yeah, I rap gifts every Christmas, man. No, man. I don't think that's really my talent, though. No. I think I better stick basically to being behind the camera asking questions, you know, if anything. But and that might be subjective. But however, last question, man. Listen, if you were, let's say, where do you see yourself within the next 3 to 4 years? Where do you see yourself?
Well, man, I've been having so much going on as far as podcasting, music, and I just don't do that, man. I do other things on the outside. Most people think people that's talented to do certain things, or being in the cleaning services. I think Lord have me where He want me to be at. I think I'll be well off. I'll be well off to be able to do something that I always want to do for us. Take my mom off her feet, you know, before she get out of here. Take care of her and my dad and things like that. I think I better make a comfortable life for myself where I can expand the brand a little bit more better and be able to expand it out to a bigger city in the state and help more people. That's why I see myself within a year or two span. I see myself, I see the whole world getting a glimpse of this check energy thing.
Gotcha. All right. Well, man, look here. Go ahead and basically, you said that you wanted to give your, let everybody know exactly where to find you.
Right. You can find me. My podcast is on Welcome to Energy Podcast. I also have the clothing line. Is Check Your Energy -clothing. My music. You also can get off YouTube. My name on there is NFL-Hope. You can go check me out on the gram at the same name, NFL Hope. Also on the Instagram. Check me out. Make sure you check out the podcast. It'll be some music dropping. It's not this month, May. I'll be dropping this thing next month, if not on the end of May. They'll most definitely be seeing a lot of me on those sites. So make sure you go in, tune in, and check me out.
Got it. Thank you very much, Damien. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to go ahead and give you this interview. It's been a long time coming. Man, I'm proud of you. I appreciate what you're doing in positivity and the development personally and the growth that you're also doing on your own, and also you're encouraging others to do the same and to follow such an example. Thank you very much, man, for everything that you've done and your contributions to the people in the city of Shreveport, and also those that you've influenced elsewhere. Man, thank you. I look forward to listening to seeing and also doing some of those things with you in terms of making positive change.
Man, I appreciate you,
man. God bless. Y'all, my name is Brandon with Casual Conversations, and guess what? We are out.
Peace.
Welcome to the ratchet. Where the people get ratchet. And the ladies get low. Bust it open, get down on the floor. Oh, you can catch me in the traffic. You can catch me in the traffic. I be jam getting classy. I be jam getting classy. Gotta be careful in the ratchet. Them boy told something high like matches. Oh, I make them bounce for the